Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Wherever you are, special greetings to you, and don't forget, if today is your first time, please do me a favor by subscribing to the channel. Also, don't forget to hit on the notification bell whenever we drop video. You can also get it and watch, and don't also forget to follow me on Instagram, _Momo. In this video, we are going to be talking about France going to third lockdown, and also Nigeria, Lagos hospitals has been full of COVID-19 patients, and President of Nigeria has also sent military to fight Boko Haram in Port Harcourt. So guys, without wasting my time, let's do this thing together. Yeah guys, but before I start, this morning I posted a video about the senatorial, what is going to happen next, and people started judging the cover of the book without reading the book. They just took the video, they did not watch the video till end to see what I was trying to explain to them. They just decided bringing some comments, some negative comments. But don't forget that these negative comments, they are the comment which makes me go on, because if you give me that negative comment, the next video I'll be doing, I'll try to correct my mistakes. But any video that I will do and you come and say, oh, this is nice, it's nice, it will not draw my attention to some things that I didn't know. But if you bring negative comment, I am not going to delete any comment of your what you want to comment. If you want to insult me, I don't care. But what I was trying to tell you is that don't choose sanatoria over appeal. If you're having the 6-month sanatoria and your appeal is out, please go to the appeal and don't put your head on that sanatoria. We didn't know that Giuseppe Conte will have resigned, but today he has resigned. We were having Carta de Identità, which was 10 years. But now Carta de Identità is how many years? It's like 3 years now. But before, they didn't want to even give. It is the interior minister who even fought to get it back to 3 years, because that Carta de Identità is very, very important document. Italy document, their laws is just like their weather. You will just take your shirt that you are going outside, it is hot. Later, you will see that it's very cold. You need to come back and take your jacket and wear. So that is what I said in the video. The word to the wise is enough. I'm not here to discourage any of you. I will be happy if everyone is having documents in Italy. There are a lot of our brothers out there. If you will see them on the street and you think that they are mad, they are not mad. It's because of document. They are frustrated because they have families back home. They want to go and see them, but the document is not there. So I am not here to discourage anyone. This platform is to learn. We are here to educate ourselves. But if I do something, or if I say something and it didn't go to the way you like it, what do you have to do, or what can you do? Just write it in educative way. Official, this thing that you have said, to my understanding or to my opinion, I think this is what is going to happen. But don't come and start commenting rubbish. If you comment, I will leave it there. You will see that some people will be commenting good comment over there, and if you unsubscribe, another people will come and subscribe. So that is how it will be. Let's move on to the main reason why we are here today. France is going to third lockdown just because when we enter this 2021, the COVID-19, the speed that it is going, it is even more than 2020, the way they were having cases. They said they are recording a lot of cases and deaths now. So they are deciding to go to another third lockdown. But some of the citizens are agreeing for this third lockdown, but some are not also in agree with this third lockdown. As you know, if the people come, they will, you will see that there are people who will be supporting. There will be people who will also be disagreeing. But I think people who want them to go to the third lockdown are many, and I think they have to do it, because that is why I always say that we have the life in front. We need to protect it right now. The one which is spoiling now, we need to protect it. After then, there are a lot of lives over there or in front of us. So we need to fight the one or the situation we are in now, and afterwards we can enjoy whatever we want to enjoy. So if you are in France, take note that they are put in place to set up this third lockdown so that it can bring things down. So guys, let's go and watch that video. When we are back, we will give you the rest of the update, so stay tuned.
It appeared at the end of last week on social media in France. Je ne me confinerai pas, or I won't lock down. More than 143,000 mentions on Twitter in just a few days, often with calls to protest against a third national lockdown. But how widespread is this defiance really? In Paris, some sympathised with the slogan.
Je suis solidaire à cette manifestation, oui, contre le confinement.
But most said that although they were tired, they would accept new restrictions.
Moi, je suis pour un troisième confinement et qu'on en finisse une bonne fois pour toutes, quoi.
J'en ai marre, mais je comprends tout à fait, oui. Trop de gens qui en souffrent et qui meurent.
It's a feeling backed up by the polls. 93% of French people say they would respect a new lockdown, but only just over half are in favour of one, while trust in the government to manage the crisis has fallen to 37%. For this pollster, it's not the measures themselves, but the yo-yoing of policy that's undermined confidence.
La question de la défiance à l'égard de la politique suivie et à l'égard du gouvernement est un facteur aggravant, un facteur qui effectivement fait que certains segments de la population sont de plus en plus enclins à contester un éventuel reconfinement.
But a ministerial advisor confided that mostly the government is worried about the effect of more restrictions on people's mental health, particularly its effect on their morale.
C'est encore un coup sur la tête en plus, c'est-à-dire s'enfoncer encore plus dans ce no futur, dans la très grande difficulté à se projeter en avant, dans un quotidien qui devient de plus en plus lourd.
The government fears that more restrictions may be the spark that prompts part of the population to take to the streets.
Let's move on to the next story. Let's go to Nigeria, Lagos. They said now hospitals are choked, they are full, because anybody who complains of headache or malaria, if they send the person or if they carry out tests, it will tend to COVID-19. So now their hospitals in Lagos, especially hospitals in Lagos, are full now of the COVID-19 patients. But what I don't understand here is that the NSAS that they were doing and people were not wearing nose masks, face masks, by then these cases were not increasing, but now the cases are accelerating. I don't know what is going to happen in this 2021, because we thought this the 2020 was something bad, so when we enter 2021 things are going to be functioning. But here is the case. Look at Nigeria, Lagos now. They said even if you are having malaria, they will carry out tests and it is COVID-19. Hospitals are full. They need a lot of oxygens, and vaccines are going to arrive early February. Guys, it's not easy at all. So people are suffering over there, but let's hope that things will not go up like the way Europe cases are going. So guys, let's go and watch that video. When we are back, we will give you the rest of that.
Hospitals in Nigeria's commercial capital, Lagos, are struggling to cope with the surge in the number of COVID-19 patients they're having to treat. The city's hospitals are using around 350 oxygen tanks a day, up from around 70 earlier on in the pandemic. The Lagos Health Commissioner saying hospitals have on occasion been close to not having enough oxygen canisters to meet demand. Well, for more on the situation in Nigeria, we can speak now with France 24's Nigeria correspondent Chinwe Osundu. Chinwe, just how bad have things got in Nigeria? And it is, of course, important to remember that while cases are rising in Nigeria and Africa in general, it's not yet as bad as it is in Europe and much of the Americas.
Yes, Hattie, it is very good to note that in Africa we still have, we can compare it to Europe or America. But in Africa, yes, we still have severe cases that are cropping up since the second wave. And especially in Nigeria, we have more serious cases, severe cases. And we are also, as you mentioned, we are running short of oxygen in Nigeria. And of course, the number is on the increase. We have had to, the government has had to take some actions to make sure that oxygen plants are on across the nationwide. So we have the FG that approved the 6.5 billion naira recently to make sure that we have 38 oxygen plants implanted in Nigeria. Apart from the other things that the Lagos state government is doing, last week we had the private sector that also came in to make sure that they put in their own quota to answer to the demand of the oxygen need in Lagos. The isolation centers are saturated, and particularly now in Lagos, every malaria symptom is treated as COVID. So we understand that it becomes very important to respect the health guides given by the World Health Organization. So yes, the cases in Africa and in Nigeria in particular are on the increase and more severe than the first wave.
And there are now fears that a new variant of COVID-19 may have emerged in Nigeria.
Yes, it's a may still, because studies are still going on. There is no certain confirmation about the second variant. There's just speculations all around, but of course, they still need to carry out more investigation on this new strain in Nigeria.
And in the face of, hospital beds filling up, this huge demand for oxygen, what exactly is the government doing to try and get a hold of the crisis?
Well, as I mentioned earlier on, they have signed a treaty to make sure that we have 36 oxygen plant production in Nigeria. And also, they're also looking at the vaccination. The discussions are going on, FIFSED and all the other companies. Of course, we expect to receive, as mentioned, the first doses, 100,000 doses of the vaccine early February. Yes, some people are looking forward to this, but others are really skeptical about receiving this vaccine at this stage. But of course, the government is doing their own quota. The Lagos state government in particular is also talking to the private sector so that they can come in financially. The private sector has done a lot from the first wave and even in the second wave to make sure that the COVID-19 cases in Lagos and in Nigeria are attended to. Most of the isolation centers, the private sector put a hand financially to make sure that they were well established and they were well equipped. And also, the government is not relating efforts. It's true that somehow some people are saying that it is better for the federal government to invest in the health sector in Nigeria. Remember, the health sector in Nigeria needs a great attention, and the vaccine is said to be expensive. So there's some advice that the federal government specifically invest in the health sector in Nigeria and then rely on the structures that would donate vaccinations to the African nations.
Chinwe Osundu in Lagos, Nigeria, thank you very much for that update.
I hope you have seen the video after we have finished Lagos. Let's move on to Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, they say Boko Haram matter don't chop hot. Boko Haram matter don't chop hot. Buhari, the president of Nigeria, has decided to send out army. This one will be one person, one army, one person, one army, one community, one army. But people are saying this army things are not going to fight this Boko Haram, because if army want to do this, Boko Haram will plan it. So the time army is here, Boko Haram is here. So Boko Haram, army cannot fight this Boko Haram. But it is time they need to set some things, or they need to do something to, clear off, degrade all the Boko Haram. And they will not be that they will bring soldiers, they will bring armies to go and fight Boko Haram. They said they have heard it for a long time. Always they will say they are bringing new military, but Boko Haram will still attack people. So what are they going to do? They have to take people who can, remove Boko Haram forever and ever. That is the solution to the problem. But Buhari bringing soldiers to armies for one person, one soldier, one house, one army, it's not going to solve the problem. What they will do to solve the problem now is that to take these people, the Boko Haram, like cassava, and to just dig their root and kill them. That is what will solve the problem. But bringing army and soldiers is not going to solve the problem. So guys, let's go and watch that video too. When we are back, we will give you the rest of the update, so stay tuned.
Displaced persons camps like these in Nigeria's northeast are still filling up as Boko Haram attacks escalate. The recent violence has forced some families who had earlier went back to their homes to return to the relative safety of the camps. President Mohammadu Buhari has now replaced his top military commanders, but there is mixed reaction to the news. Sunday Ishaya says he fled from Monguno, a town repeatedly targeted by Boko Haram fighters.
The sacked ones have not improved what we, the IDPs, want. What we want is not to repel the Boko Haram, but to kill them. Not to repel them, but to kill them, to finish them at once, not to repel them again. We are repeating one thing at all the time. That's the reason why we are not after them. We want somebody that will just degrade them, complete them, whip them away.
Since the beginning of the year, however, the military says it has successfully raided Boko Haram camps and beat back several incursions by the armed group during renewed air and ground offensive.
wadda suka shafi ɓangaren tsaro.
To be sincere, the outgoing service chiefs have tried their best, but in some instances, their best isn't enough at all, despite the fact that we are not security experts, but we know that they have failed.
It's been 11 years since Boko Haram launched its violent campaign in Nigeria's northeast. But the armed group isn't the only security concern. Attacks by other fighters in the northwest have escalated despite military operations there. Armed robberies and kidnappings for ransom are on the rise. Here in the southern Delta region, all theft and other criminal activities persist, in addition to a secessionist movement in the east that refuse to go away. All these have kept the military busy and overstretched. But experts say it's Nigeria's strategy to fight these groups that's not working.
Globally, fighting insurgency is also 70% or 80% civilian effort and 20 or 30% military effort. They synergize together. They bond together. They look at the problem of the country, this security in the country, as their collective challenge.
After more than a decade of attacks and uncertainty, Nigerians want a quick end to the lawlessness that has forced millions from their homes and killed thousands of people. For now, there seems to be some goodwill for the new military leadership. But it's not clear if this will last, if there is an uptick in violence. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
Yeah guys, I hope you have seen the video. So that is how Port Harcourt is also facing with this Boko Haram issue. So guys, this is the update I have for you today. The name still remains Official Cracker on YouTube and Cracker_Momo on Instagram. Please guys, go and follow me over there because the page is empty. Let's try to create that one too. So till we meet again in the next video, stay safe and stay blessed. Peace out.